New videos every day.
Life, wisdom. Good morning. My name is Erica. I'm a yoga instructor in Austin, Texas. This is part 1 of my Yoga for Weight Loss series, morning edition. So this is going to be morning yoga for energy and weight loss. All right, so go ahead and favorite this video. Come back to it as many times as you want. Let's get started standing at the top of your mat. So bring your feet together. Bring the big toe ball mounds of your feet to touch, and then your heels are either touching or 1 inch apart. Make sure your toes are spread out on the mat as far as you can get them, and start to root down through all 4 corners of your feet. So that's inside, outside, and outside. Lift up on your kneecaps, activate your thighs, give your tailbone a little bit of a tuck, so you're tucking your pelvis kind of under a little bit. This activates the front of your body. Bring the tips of your hips closer to the bottoms of your rib cage. Keep your core really strong, but a little bit relaxed as well. So we're working into mountain pose here. Arms are by your sides, palms facing forwards. Take your shoulders up towards your ears, and then relax them back and down your spine so you have a nice open heart, open chest. Keep it like this for the entire practice. At the same time, keep your bottom ribs as closed as you can. All right, from here, draw the sides of your neck back. Try to think about a straight line from the very bottom of your tailbone all the way up through the crown of your head. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next breath in, reach your arms out and up. Touch your palms above your head. Maybe look up between your palms, stretch back 1 inch or 2, and then exhale, dive forward, fold. Relax all the way down. Bend your knees as much as you need to get all of your fingertips on the ground. So for some of you that might be really bent, and then other people can maybe straighten their legs a little bit more. Make sure your head is relaxed so that your spine is completely relaxed. Send your breath into the very base of your tailbone, into the very base of your spine. Keep a little soft bend in your knees. On your next inhale, all fingertips on the ground, flatten your back and pull your heart forward. So this is what we call a half lift. So think about reaching your tailbone really far back and then the top of your head really far forward. Your neck is long, so you're not crunching your neck up or down. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Last inhale here. And then exhale, relax, forward fold. So let's do that one more time. Inhale, fingertips on the ground, long spine, draw your heart forward. And exhale, fold. All right, on your next inhale, bend your knees a little bit, reach your arms all the way up and out, touch your palms together above your head. And exhale, hands to the center of your chest, namaste prayer position, right? So press your sternum, your rib cage into your thumbnails. Press your hands into each other gently so that maybe you work towards a straight line between your elbows. Feel your shoulder blades come back together behind you. Give your tailbone a little bit of a tuck, long spine. We're gonna walk through some sun salutations and then we're gonna take a few variations. Sun salutations are a really nice way to build up your energy and build up a little bit of heat and wake you up in the morning. So find your strong mountain pose here and let me know, what is your morning routine? Do you drink a lot of coffee? Do you hit the snooze button 40 times before you get up? Myself, I'm a huge coffee fan. I drink about 3 cups of coffee in the morning. Some say that's good, some don't. Anyway, let me know what you think. All right, take a deep inhale, reach your arms out and up, touch your palms above your head, and on your exhale, slowly, gently dive forward. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. On your inhale, half lift, fingertips on the ground, top of your head forward, and then on your exhale, fold. This time, plant your palms shoulder width distance apart and step your feet back into plank position. Okay, so holding plank for a minute, you're gonna make sure that your index fingers are parallel to the outside edges of your mat or are parallel to each other. So ideally you would have a mat. If you don't have one, it's okay. You can practice without a mat. Press your weight into all parts of your hands, not just the heels of your hands. And now send your heels towards the back of the room, reach the backs of your knees up, and at the same time, tuck your tailbone in here. Keep your hips in line with your shoulders. So you've got a long, straight board here. If you ever need to take your knees down for modified plank, it's not a problem. You still get the same kind of activation. All right, let's take one more inhale here. Neck long. And then on your exhale, lower your knees and slowly lower all the way down to your mat. Make sure your elbows are tracking alongside your rib cage, not pointing out to the sides. When you get to the bottom, untuck your toes, press the tops of your feet into the mat. Try to even get the pinky toenails pressing into the mat, so much that your kneecaps lift up. Keep your hands under your shoulders, and then inhale and just gently lift your chest. This is baby cobra. So from here, stay here. You've got a little weight in your hands, but not a lot, because most of what's holding you up is your back muscles, right? So squeeze your elbows towards each other, and then try to act like you're pushing your chest forward. This is a really nice, energizing morning pose. At the same time, press your pelvis into the ground to keep your lower back long. One more inhale like this, and then exhale, release. Bring your chin to the mat, tuck your toes, and you have an option here to raise your torso into modified plank with your knees down, or you can take the more advanced option, which would be lifting up your kneecaps and raising all the way back up into plank pose. Take one inhale here, and on your exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. So downward facing dog is kind of like an active relaxation. This is an inverted V shape. From here, you're going to make sure your head is relaxed, reach your heels down towards the mat, and then reach the backs of your knees behind you. Sit your hips up towards the ceiling, so you're almost like you're opening your hips up towards the sky. Your chest is relaxed, and then press more into your hands to bring your heart closer to your thighs. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. When you're ready, press into your hands, keep your arms straight, look forward, bend your knees, hover them a little bit off the ground, and then step all the way up to the front of your mat, back into a forward fold. Relax your head. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up, reach your arms out and up, touch your palms together, make your movements as big as you can, and then exhale, bring your hands to prayer, namaste. That was a sun salutation. We're going to speed it up just a little bit, one breath per movement. So if you ever need to take a break, feel free to do so. Otherwise, let's speed it up. All right, here we go. Inhale, arms up and out, touch your palms together above your head, press your palms into each other. Exhale, dive, forward fold, relax your head. Inhale, hands on the ground, half lift, long spine. Exhale, fold, plant your palms and step your feet back to plank pose. Get your alignment set. Take an inhale, get really strong. And then exhale, come all the way down to your mat. Use your knees or not. Make sure your elbows are squeezing towards your rib cage. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. Inhale, baby cobra, shoulders down, neck long. And then exhale, release baby cobra. On an inhale, use your knees or not, work your way back up into plank pose. And then exhale, downward facing dog, hips lead you up and back. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Bend your knees, look forward, and then step or lightly hop all the way up to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift, fingertips on the ground. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way out and up. Be as tall as you can, but reach your tailbone down. Exhale, hands to the center of your chest. Namaste. Grab your second cup of coffee. All right, so we're gonna go through that again, and I'm gonna add in a couple of variations. Ready? Inhale, arms out and up, touch your palms together, get really long. Exhale, dive forward, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant your palms. This time, step back to plank and lower only halfway down on an exhale, chaturanga. So notice my alignment. My shoulders are not coming below my elbows. I'm still pressing into my hands. My tailbone is still tucked. This is a very challenging pose, so take it as you can. On your inhale, press the tops of your feet down and lift up your chest into upward facing dog. So your option is cobra or upward facing dog. Upward facing dog is kind of like cobra on steroids. It's a little bit stronger. All right, last inhale here. Push your chest forward, roll your shoulders back, and then exhale, lift your hips up, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. So starting to make this a little bit more active. Bend your knees, look forward, and then step or hop all the way to the front. Hands on the ground, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way out and up. And this time, exhale, come all the way back down, swan dive. Big, strong movements. Inhale, half lift, top of your head forward. Exhale, fold, plant your palms. This time, step back or hop straight back to chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, untuck your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, bend your knees deeply, look forward, press the ground away with your hands, and then exhale, step or hop all the way up to the front of your mat. Relax your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Okay, inhale, come all the way out and up. Exhale, hands to prayer. So starting a different variation of sun salutations. Make sure the balls of your feet are touching, your heels are 1 inch apart. This time, on your inhale, squat your hips low and reach your arms above your head. This is chair pose. So take a peek down at your toes, make sure you can see them in front of your knees. If you can't, shift your weight back so you're really kind of sitting into your glutes here. All right, starting to build up a little bit of heat in your thighs, or continuing to build heat in your thighs. Tuck your tailbone in to make your back flat and long. Reach your chest forward, and then if it's too much to keep your palms together, you can widen them to shoulder width distance. Last inhale here. Exhale, forward fold, straighten your legs, relax your head. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold, plant your palms, step it to plank or hop to chaturanga. Untuck your toes, inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. All right, from here, make sure you have really strong hands on the mat. Take an inhale, lift your right leg behind you, keep your hips square. On your exhale, step your right foot between your hands. So you can use your hand to scoot your foot up there. It's not a problem. Make sure your fingertips are in line with your toes. Spin your back foot down at a 45-degree angle, and then on your next inhale, reach your arms up into Warrior One. So Warrior One is a lunge. You're not splaying out too far towards the front. You're actually going to point your tailbone down, keep your ribs closed, just like I told you in the beginning of the video, and then heart open. Arms reach up. Spin your pinkies towards each other so that you keep that length between your ears and your shoulders. Take one last breath in, maybe sit a little lower into your lunge. And then exhale, plant your hands around your right foot. Make sure your palms are strong. Step your right foot back to meet your left. You're back in your plank pose. Inhale here. And then exhale, lower down to chaturanga or all the way down to the ground. Take an inhale, baby cobra, or maybe upward facing dog, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Reach your heels even further down towards the mat. Sit your hips up towards the sky. When you're ready, take an inhale, lift your left leg behind you. Keep your hips square and your legs straight. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Again, use your hands to move it along if you need to. Spin your back foot down 45 degrees. Make sure that leg is really super strong. And then inhale up, Warrior One on the other side. So what I didn't mention on the other side was you want to keep your hips square to the front of the room. So the lunging leg, the left leg, you're going to draw that hip back. At the same time, push your other hip forward. Again, close your ribs, activate your core, reach your tailbone down. Arms straight up towards the sky, pinkies spin towards each other. You can also put your palms together, that's up to you, but I would like you to keep your neck long. Take one more inhale like this, sit an inch lower, and then exhale, fold, plant your hands. Step your left foot back to meet your right, plank pose. Inhale and plank, and then exhale, chaturanga or all the way down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward, press the ground away with your arms, hands, and then step or hop to the front of your mat. Forward fold, relax completely. Make sure the balls of your feet are touching. On your inhale, squat your hips low and reach your arms up for chair pose. We're only here for one breath, don't worry. Flatten your back. Inhale, reach as high as you can. Exhale, stand all the way up, release your hands to prayer. A hope you're starting to feel more awake now. Inhale, reach your arms up and out, touch your palms together above your head, and exhale, dive forward. Fingertips on the ground. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant your palms, step it back or hop it back. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg back and high behind you. Flex your right toes towards your shin. And then exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Spin your back foot down, 45-degree angle, strong back leg. Inhale, warrior one, reach your arms up and out. So we're gonna add on a little bit here. Sit low into your lunge, square your hips towards the front of the room. Take a big inhale, reach straight up. And then exhale, cactus arms. So from here, something that really builds up energy in the morning, besides coffee, is heart openers. So you're gonna have your arms like cactuses here, and then take your elbows towards the front of the room. At the same time, fan your fingers out and try to touch your thumbs to each other behind your back. So you notice your chest is gonna start going up and out. You're not bending back in your lower back, you're bending back with your upper back. This is really opening your heart and your chest, getting a lot of air. You're gonna feel your heart rate start to come up a little bit here. Take the sides of your neck back so that you're not crunching your neck. And then if it's comfortable, you can drop your head all the way back, but only if it's comfortable for your neck. Take one last big breath in here, sit a little bit lower. Stay for your exhale. And then inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Sit low into your lunge. Exhale, plant your hands to surround your right foot. Step it back to meet your left. Back to plank pose. Take an inhale here, strong arms. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. And now inhale, baby cobra, peel your chest off the ground, reach your heart forward, and we're gonna add something onto this version of cobra. So you're gonna keep your feet glued to the ground. This time, float your hands off the mat, reach them back behind you with your palms facing down, roll your shoulders even more away from your ears, and then start to feel all of your back muscles activate, right? So your hands are reaching straight back towards the room like you're gonna try to grab something behind you. All of your back muscles are activated. Take big breaths and think about showing as much of your chest towards the front of the room as possible. Last inhale here. Exhale, release. Bring your chin to the mat. Plant your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your toes, and then use your knees or not. Take an inhale to come back up through plank. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Open your mouth and move your jaw from side to side. Release any tension that you might be holding in your face. And then when you're ready, take a big breath in, lift your left leg back behind you, flex your left toes towards your left shin, and then exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Spin your right foot down, 45-degree angle, and inhale up, warrior one. So right away, start to sit down in your lunge, draw your left hip back, and push your right hip forward. Take one last inhale here, reach up as far as you can, and then exhale, cactus arms. So back to this heart opening pose, right? So your elbows, your upper arms are parallel to the ground. Start reaching your elbows forward. At the same time, push your heart up and out. Draw the sides of your neck back, and then fan your fingers out and try to bring your thumbs to touch each other behind you. Obviously that's not gonna happen, but that's the energy that you're going for. So if you feel comfortable here, sit lower into your lunge and drop your head all the way back. This time, if you're really feeling comfortable, you can straighten your arms behind you with your palms facing each other for a much more intense heart opener. And it's kind of hard to talk through, so we're only gonna be here for one more breath in, one more breath out. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, plant your hands around your left foot. Step it back to meet your right. Take a big inhale in plank. And then exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. So this time we're adding on to our cobra again. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Make sure your feet are about hips width distance. That's only about 6 inches, so it's more narrow than most people think it is. All right, ready? Take a big breath in and lift your chest off the ground, starting off in baby cobra. From here, you can either stay like this or reach your arms behind you like you did before, palms facing down, roll your shoulders away from your ears, and then either stay here or now start to float your feet off the ground, press your pelvis into the ground to keep your back long. So now you're feeling your legs activate, your arms activate, your back muscles activate. If you want one step further, bend your knees towards your butt, grab the outside edges of your feet with your hands, and then slowly, gently start to kick your feet into your hands, rolling your shoulders open and pressing your chest forward. This is called bow pose. So you can come further into this pose by using your leg strength to reach your toes up even higher. Push your chest towards the front of the room. Don't let your knees splay out to the sides, so keep them parallel. You've got one more breath. And then exhale, no slingshots. Release very gently down to the ground. Tops of your feet down. Put your hands back under your shoulders. Bring your chin to the mat. When you're ready, tuck your toes. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Make your way back through knee plank or high plank on an inhale. And exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now from here, you're going to go ahead and come all the way down to your knees. We're going to do a pose called camel. So since this pose is on your knees, you might want to put something under there if you have sensitive knees. That could be the edge of your mat rolled up, or you could take a blanket or a pillow, whatever you have available. So go ahead, make 2 fists, put them between your knees. It's about inner hips width distance. That's the alignment that you want. Make sure your lower legs are tracking right behind your knees so they're not coming out or going in, right? Tops of your feet on the mat. And then just go ahead, stand up on your knees. All right, so this pose is a heart opener. It's a little bit of a back bend, but it's really important to remember that you're not bending back with the lower part of your back. You're not crunching into your lower spine. The part that you're bending is the upper part, right? So we've done a lot of work already with strengthening the back and opening the heart. We're gonna take it a little bit further with this pose. This is a very energizing pose. All right, take your hands, put them on your lower back with your fingertips facing down so it's right above your butt, kind of like if you were wearing those really high-waisted 1980s jeans, if that would be where the back pockets would be. All right, take your elbows towards each other, roll your shoulders away from you, expose your inner shoulders and your chest. Your hips are right over your knees. Keep them there. Don't let them go forward or back, right? So this involves core strength too. Tuck your tailbone so it's reaching down instead of back or forward. From here, draw the sides of your neck back and then start to reach your chest up. At the same time, keep your shoulders away from your ears. Keep your elbows squeezing towards each other. So stop when this is enough for you, when you feel a stretch. Again, your heart rate's gonna rise again. So chest is reaching up and out, hips over your knees, squeeze your elbows towards each other, and then before you even think about going any further back, just keep going up and out and up and out and up and out until you're ready to maybe drop your head back. Now, this is just an option. If you're here and you want more, gently start to take one hand or maybe both to your heels, but keep your hips over your knees and don't let your body come back or forward. So keep a really straight line with your legs. Reach your chest up, let your head relax, and take big breaths. This pose is great for counteracting a lot of the work that we do sitting at desks or driving cars or just generally hunching over. Take one last inhale here. Stay for your exhale. And then gently retrace your steps. Work your way out of your pose. Take a second to just center yourself, neutralize your spine, and then sit your hips back on your heels. Stay straight up. Take an inhale, reach your arms out and up, touch your palms together above your head. Exhale, hands to prayer, and then gently child's pose. So relax your hips on your heels, rest your head all the way down. If it's not comfortable for you to get your head onto the floor, you can rest it on your forearms or you can make 2 fists. Just come to a place where you can relax comfortably. So there are 2 versions of child's pose. You can have your knees wide if you would like to get into your hips more, Or if you'd like to stretch out your lower back, you can take your knees together under you. But wherever you are, just relax and breathe deeply. So stay in your child's pose as long as you want. This is the last pose of the morning energizing weight loss routine. When you're ready, go ahead and come to hands and knees or tabletop position, and then slowly start to stand up. Start in a forward fold, relax your head and your spine. Inhale your arms all the way out and up, stretch up, reach up, look up, and exhale your hands to prayer, namaste. All right, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to favorite this video so you can come back as many times as you need when it gets too easy. Out for my parts 2 and 3 of the Yoga for Weight Loss routine. Subscribe to Psyche Truth to see all of my future videos and all of the other great stuff they have to offer. And that's it. See you on the mat.